Hey folks, how are you doing? This is Tushar Parya, and I'm going to tell you today what is the difference between architecture and interiors. So let's understand what is architect and what architect does. The architect is someone who designs the complete site plan. It is a technical profession and you cannot become architect without studying. Architect is the one who does the building elevation. Architect is the one who decides the exterior material. Architect is the one who gives the waterproofing details. He does the energy calculation. He does the entire doors and window schedule. Even the elevational details he does. And there's a lot of technical service integration like firefighting, electrical, then you have telecommunication, air conditioning, and there are many more services that architects integrates while designing the entire building. So the entire building designing what architect does. Now I'm going to tell you what architect and interior designer both can do. Architect and interior designers both can design floor plans. When I say floor plans, I mean the interior floor plan, like the furniture planning. Another thing is another thing both does is the interior elevation, right? So what kind of electrical points are coming, or if any particular wall decoration is happening, or any treatment which is to be given to the wall, interior designers and architects both does. When it comes to the tiling, the floor tiling or a wall tiling, both does the same work. Architects and interior designers both does the selection part of it, and it can be done by both. There are a lot of interior detailing like furniture detailing, lighting detailing, electrical looping. You have inside air conditioning, planning, all these things. Even architects and interior designers both can do. The interior paint selection, uh, the look and feel of the interiors, the architect and interior designers both can do. And there is one more element which is hardware. So hardware related to the doors, windows, furnitures, architects and interior designers both can do. Now I am going to tell you what interior designer does, which generally architects don't get into. But there are some architects who does the complete interior designing and execution. So they do something that I'm going to tell you about. But interior designer definitely when he works onto the interior project, especially on interior residential project. So this is what comes in under him or her. So furniture designing and selection. So there are some furniture designing that happens like a TV unit or a crockery unit, kitchen cabinets or a wardrobes or dresser unit. Or there are when it comes to the residential, when it comes to the commercial, the table design, there is the console design, or there any sort of a furniture design, and the material selection and designing, color combination is what interior designer does. Second thing interior designer does is the furnishing, fabric for the sofa or any paneling which is happening. So all the selection of the material and color combination interior designer does. One more very important thing is the windows, drapes, and the dressing, right? Window coverings, which we generally call it as a curtain or something. So interior designer does that because it is a part of the whole interior project. One more thing is a wallpaper. So wallpaper selection is done by interior designer wherever based on the theme and the combination and the look and feel. If he thinks or if she thinks that this is which this is the place which where the wallpaper is put up and the whole look and feel is getting elevated. So the interior designer selects the wall covering. And the very last but not the least is the accessorizing the entire space of interiors. So there are a lot of accessories in terms of artifacts or some lamps, some decorative lamps, or some indoor plants. It can be artificial or it can be natural. So all these things what interior designer does. So I hope you have understood that what architect does and what interior designer does. I'm telling you again that the designing entire building is the architect's job and it is a licensed profession. Without license, you cannot design and execute the building. But if you want to become an interior designer, there is no licensing sort of required, wherein licensing sort of like architects holds. And if you are interested in becoming interior designer, DM me, knock, and I'm going to let you in one of my private group where I share a lot of tricks and tips, and I share the opportunity to become interior designers without any qualification in 90 days. Thank you so much. See you there. This is Tushar Parya signing off.